What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Millzy back with Hometown Commander. We're back for some more Brawl gameplay. Today we're playing Jinnie Fay, Jetmir second. I've had a ton of fun playing Jetmir on Arena, and I thought, why not try Jinnie Fay? She plays around the same strategy, dealing with tokens, making tokens. But the replacement effect for the tokens is kind of interesting, and I think we get to rely a little bit more on the tokens, whereas Jetmir, I think, requires a little bit more of the mid-range finishing game plan. So the big reason I built this deck was I wanted to take advantage of some of the new cards we got from Jetmir United. We got King Darren, who makes all of our tokens indestructible. We've got Queen All in All, who adds extra tokens. We're going to play. We got something like Baird, which can give us some more tokens. It's really a lot of the new cards. As far as the new cards go, it's really a pretty similar list to what you'd expect out of a Jetmir list. But I thought, why not try Jinnie Fay out, and let's see how the games go. So I will catch you in the games. All right, guys, Jinnie Fay Brawl time. We're up against Zur, the Eternal Schemer. This should be interesting. Zur's a ton of fun. We open up with a pretty great hand. No white sources for Jinnie Fay, but that's okay. We don't technically need a white source, but I do like Gala Greeters, and we can get that into either Howling Moon or Jugan, which I feel like was really great. We don't have a turn one play, so I think I might just play this Rockfall Veil tapped. I don't really see the point in playing the basic instead, considering we have literally nothing else to do. We might as well just throw it in tapped. I always try to do that. It just helps you out. If for some reason on turn two we drew a, something different and it changed up our play, maybe it would that way. But turn two we get the Gala Greeters down. So now we have three choices. We can Jugan, we can Fable the Mirror Breaker, or we can Howling Moon. I think I want to Fable here. Get the Fable started. It's also going to trigger Gala Greeters, and I think what we're going to do is make that tap treasure token. Get that treasure token started. Like I said, we don't have access to white at the moment. Not that we need the white for Jinnie Fay, but the extra mana will become important. Now on our next turn, we will have 5 mana instead of 4. Now we will have 6 if we attack with this goblin first, provided it's still there when we untap. So what happens? A lot of people kill this goblin token right away because it makes you that treasure token when it attacks, not when it deals combat damage. When it attacks. Okay. I kind of like pitching the moon here. As much as I like the card, I think we are probably fine to just do that. Okay, so I can attack. This happens on attack, doesn't it? So what we can do is we can Jugan first. This is going to get a creature in the battlefield. I think we put a counter on Gala Greeters. So what I'm thinking we can do here is when this blocks, it dies. Okay, that was really what I was hoping it wouldn't happen, but I'm okay with that. I mean, we end up trading there because the Dorothea is going to die on the back end. And then Dorothea can come back as an enchantment that allows the creature to make a 4/4 spirit when it attacks. This is one of my favorite cards to play in these Esper strategies, like a Layla or Zur or your your Rafine decks, because it just adds a lot of value on the back end. Here, I'm not opposed to making the tokens on their end step, but I really would rather get Jinnie Fay down first, because then I can make them those cats or the dogs. It just gives me more value. So I think I'm going to wait. All right, we draw Rabble Rousing, which is actually really good. I think I'm going to throw Rabble Rousing down this turn. We have plenty of mana left to do everything else next turn, but I think Rabble Rousing is going to be really good. Now, with Rabble Rousing, whatever we get here, we're going to get when we attack. So I think we want the Face Breaker. And we're going to go swinging. This is going to make us 2 1/1s. So we are just a little bit weary of a board wipe here. I mean, we have unfortunately kind of set ourselves up for one. But unfortunately, I've found in Brawl, you can't run afraid of board wipes because there's too many of them. We have to play our game plan. We have a little bit to set up as well. We've got 6 mana. We can set back up with Jinnie Fay and the Cabaret Charm if we do get board wiped here. All right, so they go to murder the Goblin token. I'm fine with that. As much as it stinks to not have an extra treasure token on attack, I'm completely fine with that. That doesn't hurt me. Even if we Jinnie Fay and Even if we Jinnie Fay and hit the Cavalry Charm on our turn for the cats with haste, I don't think we have lethal anyway. But let me think about this. Yeah, I don't think we do anyway. We're going to get Jinnie Fay down. Decline. What's rebel rousing? If we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the Cavalry Charm. The attacks here get us to it, get us the Facebreaker. So that's exactly what we need to do. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make the cats with haste so that we get a couple extra attackers here. We're going to decline on both the triggers. And we're going to go swinging. So we're going to get a couple more cats coming in, and then we're going to get the Facebreaker. And then we're going to decline all these triggers. I have no want to put a counter on any of these. I'm completely fine to not put a counter on any of them. We're going to see we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 if they don't block. I really wish we had a way to give these guys haste, but that is perfectly okay. They block the Kikijiki token. That's completely fine. Now, the good part here is that, actually, I want the treasure token. The good part here is I have the safekeeping, so I can protect Jinnie if Jinnie's what I'm worried about keeping around. I can also do this on their turn if I want to, and they scoop it up. I was going to say, I can do it on their turn as well if I was looking for another protection piece, but I think, you know, the only really answer there is a board wipe, right? Because if not, we have a giant attack on the backswing. So there we go. First game gets a win. I'm always happy to see more Jinnie Fay Brawl time. We're playing against Squee. Squee loved this card, got this card in this deck. Squee is a ton of fun. We open up on 3 lands. We can get Bared down, but we do not have the green source necessary for Jinnie Fay. I think we're going to keep it. I'm intrigued to see what we can do here. We'll put the Sundown Pass in first tapped. I like doing that on turn 1 if we have no other good plays. We see the Jewel Thief. Again, kind of awkward on the green source, but we can hope we draw into one. I have a lot of green sources in the deck. We see Patchwork Automaton, very popular card. We'll get the Iganjo down. Go get another Plains. Hopefully we can give our deck another shuffle, have a better chance at getting another Forest, and we're going to go ahead and swing in. We can play Tori next turn. Worst case scenario. The best case scenario is we get a green source and get this Jewel Thief down. Get that treasure token. We see Reckless Stormseeker, so I imagine we're taking, what, 4 here? Okay, so we're starting the swinging. Well, we might as well discard a land, get it back in untapped. And we're going to play Tori down. We'll go swinging in with Baird. Tori's at least going to give us a blocker here. I was really hoping to get a green source there to get this Jewel Thief down. I have a gut feeling that we're going to end up getting kind of... we might be in trouble here and not ever actually get a green source. So I imagine this is mono red aggro at the end of the day. So probably the worst thing that for us here is a burn spell. But depending on where this +1/+0 for the Stormseeker goes, you know, do we mind trading here? My gut tells me we got to trade here. Get it out of the way. We see another Torrens. This is going to be bad. I have a gut feeling that we don't see the green source, so we'll pass it over. I think unfortunately I kept a bad hand, which happens. This deck is pretty much centered in white, so I thought we wouldn't really have that much trouble, but it turns out I'm wrong. So we need to block because I really want to get that. I really want to get that token. Mana up, so I gotta be a little careful, but I gotta bite, I think. I don't really have a choice. I think we're dead if we don't block, and we're in a bad spot if we do block. So we're hoping for green mana here. We don't hit green mana, and unfortunately, I think that's gonna be a scoop, so we're gonna... Jinnie Fay Brawl time. We're playing against some Rafine. Let's see how this one goes. Rafine's one of my favorite commanders to play in Brawl. A ton of fun. Lots of attacking. Let's see what we can do here. We got all of our colors. We got a good Gala Greeters here on turn 2, so I really like it. We see a Thousand Phase Shadow on turn 1, which is kind of unfortunate. We're going to end up getting hit with it. All right, so unfortunately, I think we may get outpaced, but we're going to do our best to keep it going. We're going to Gala Greeters here, prep up for turn 3. Try to get Jinnie Fay down. Get some life back. Oh, interesting. Pardon me. I'm kind of expecting the Rafine there, but we don't. I got to take all of this, unfortunately. I can't afford to give up the Gala Greeters. We see our own Adeline, which I think is the response here. Try to bounce ourselves back into the game, but I think unfortunately we just got outpaced. That's kind of the problem with Rafine, is it's a high-end mid-range deck that's can play pretty aggressive as well. You know, normally that turn 3 spot is either filled up with Adeline, Rafine, a lot of these other powerful 3-drops that just push your aggro strategy forward. So we have some pretty good blocks here. We're not completely out of it. Rafine is just unfortunately going to make this worse for us. I can't block the Adeline. I can't block the Shadow. Adeline just being the only attacker here seems like a terrible idea. Even if they pump it up, you know, it doesn't have trample. I can still throw something in front of it. Okay, so we gotta give up the Gala Greeters here, as much as I don't want to. I don't think that it leads us to a high chance of winning, but we gotta give it up. I would love to see a burn down the house here. I would love to see something like that. But I think even if they called Jinnie Fay here, it really doesn't make much of a difference. We Rockfall Veil. I guess we get rid of Denick. Don't know how much that truly mattered, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we just kind of got washed out of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. It's kind of a giant bummer, but I think it shows you how great those aggressive Rafine decks are, and how, unfortunately, although we kept a good hand, we just couldn't deliver. Jinnie Fay Brawl time. Looks like we got some Mob Nixilis. Let's see how this goes. Mob Nixilis is always a fun commander to play against. All right, no green here, or no white here. I think I got to mull this one. We got 2 lands, which kind of scares me that we may not see the 3rd one. But I got to go bold here. We got to try it. And we see the 3rd land there, which is absolutely great. We'll throw the farmland down tapped on turn 1. No turn 2 play. So unfortunately, if this Mob Nixilis gets a creature off here that they can use to prop up some value, we might be in some rough shape. I think we just... we got to get a creature down, unfortunately. And let's see. Nothing there on turn 2. I'm trying to decide what it is we do on turn 3. Is it Facebreaker? Is it Jinnie Fay? No land from our opponent. Or were they just getting the 1 damage in before they sack this for the Mob Nixilis? All right, so that's what they were doing. They were getting that 1 point of damage in before they sacked this for the Mob Nixilis. I think I got to take the turn to set up here with the Restoration of Aganjo. I just think I'm in a ton of trouble if I don't. So, good. We get paid off with the wedding announcement, so that works too. That's going to start getting me some creatures out and getting them ready to go. I think the next turn we play Darien. Let this get us another token and start getting back into the game. We see a Facebreaker. Well, I got to take the trade there. I'm still going to take the damage either way, but at least they don't get the treasure token from the Facebreaker. I mean, that's what we have to do. If they want to make the devil here, they're going to have to lose one of them, but they're just going to +1. I just got to take the 4 here, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's get this down. Kind of like the Alanol as well. It would get us the extra token. Let's do that. So on our end step, it's going to get us the soldier, the human, and a soldier. Gives us a little bit of board presence here. Again, I expect probably some sort of removal shenanigans. But next turn we'll try to drop. Darien, pump the whole board up. Try to see if we can push ourselves through. I guess there's an argument for Arlen to get the 2 tokens, but okay. So we see removal on Alanol. I gotta put my... It has Menace, doesn't it? All right, well, we got to give him the treasure. I don't really see the benefit in losing both of my tokens here. So for one of these, I'm going to pitch the Arlen. I think for the other one, I'm going to take the damage. All right, so that's fine. I'm going to pitch the Arlen here. Avoid taking some damage, even though they get to gain some life. Yeah, I have to play this, don't I? We'll get the Darien down. This can at least protect the tokens, which is the important part. And we're going to go right to the end step. Get that last token. Have it flip, so they're all going to be 3/3s. And Darien will be there to protect the tokens in case we have any board wipes or anything like that. Now, it's not going to protect me from Meat Hook, right? The indestructibility won't protect me from anything like a Meat Hook. But hopefully we can come back to our turn, and I don't know. I really don't know what play we have on our turn, but as long as we can get attacks in here and get rid of these Obnixiluses, we might have a chance. I kind of would like to block this as well, but it's going to come down to what these 5 cards are. I think we're in a good spot with these tokens. So we see a Shieldred. Cool. That's not exactly what I wanted to see, but I think I'm willing to pitch the Iganjo at minimum. So if they go double 2+, I'm willing to do that. Okay, I'm going to pitch the Iganjo here to avoid losing the life. Now, if they attack with Facebreaker and I double block, I was going to say they would actually end up just losing their creature. Okay, so I can't get around the 2 life there. Do we Jinnie Fay and Facebreaker? Do we Jinnie Fay and Howling Moon? How often or not are they to cast 2 spells on their turn? I don't know. I think at this point I just got to protect myself from an attack here. I mean, they're not going to be able to get through this wall. I'm willing to block the Shieldred if I have to try to get that off their board. But right now we're just in a ton of trouble. This is going to keep pinging us out. I'm just trying to build a board. I mean, the absolute best shot right now would be to draw Jetmir off the top, but I don't expect that to happen. So we just need to live a Meat Hook. A Meat Hook for probably 4 would just ruin our day at this point, because this would go away, leaving this at a 2/4, so this would still die. All right, so they're going to gain some life off the Pyre because of the Shieldred. So they're digging, which is kind of interesting. So they're going to gain the 4 life there, which is really rough, but not much I can do. I really need to start attacking, but the problem is I don't feel like I have a good place to attack here. I think I got to pitch the Moon, as much as I don't want to. We'll decline this one. If they do another +1, which I expect they will. Do we pitch the Moon? I think we just have to pitch it and avoid taking the life. I mean, they have no good attacks here, unless they have a trick in their hand. Do they sack the treasure off the Facebreaker to see what they get off the top? That could be an interesting play. Nope, they choose to go to combat. I'm fully willing to trade my Jinnie Fay for that Shieldred if they attack, which they don't. Okay, I take 2 life off of the draw, which kind of stinks. I'm going to cycle this because I kind of have to, as much as I don't want to. Yeah, we see a land, which is going to bode really terrible for us. Well, I guess it's time to swing. We waited long enough. We need to force them to block. So let's go here. Let's go here. And the bad part here is that I don't think even if, see, the problem here is even if I go face with all of these attacks, 3, 6, 9, 12, 17, 21, they can still take the entire thing and kill me on the backswing. So the problem here becomes, what do I do? Do I offer up this Facebreaker as a trade and see what they do with it? I don't know. I don't know that I see the best outcome here. But I mean, this is a free block with the. This is a free block with 2 of the tokens. This is a free block with Shieldred in one of the tokens. I mean, I imagine the 2 damage from the Devils is going at my face, right? I don't see where else this would be going. But unfortunately, I mean, right now, they don't even, if you think about it, they don't even necessarily have to block. I mean, if they're that worried about giving me the token, I don't see why they would be, because it's my choice. I either give it as a treasure or give it as a creature. But the thing here is, all I have to do is wait out 3 turns, right? I'm at 7 life, and they're going to hit me more than that, even if they block with this devil. See here, because the devil's going to ping me, and then I have 3 turns of drawing cards before I die. So, yeah, unfortunately, I think this game's probably done, but Jetmir could pull me out of this, probably. There's a couple other cards on the deck that might be, Burn Down the House is my savior at the moment, but again, it only resets the game slightly. It doesn't even completely pull me out of it. See, the other problem is here, I have no cards I have no cards to discard, so now they have me dead on my upkeep. So unfortunately, that is game. Man, I both love and hate the Ob Nixilis decks, because especially a deck like this, which needs this setup, it's just tough to beat if you're not playing an aggro deck, especially when you see something like Shieldred. It's just tough to play against, but hey, that is the game. All right, guys, Jinnie Fay Brawl time. We're playing against Ligrella. Ligrella's an interesting commander, doing a lot of flickering things. I don't really know what my game plan is, but we'll do our best to put up a good spot here. We have some removal, which we like. We have a Gandra's Uprising, which I really like, so we'll just play with a tap land to start. Nothing to do on turn 2, so we'll throw down another tap land. I kind of like getting this moon down. I doubt there'll be double spelling. That's the answer. Briarbridge Tracker? Yeah, I think it has to be Briarbridge Tracker here. I mean, unfortunately, we're playing right into Ligrella. So I expect to get Ligrella'd here, unfortunately. It would stop their Moonhacker from attacking. Nope. We see the Ascendancy come down. Putting a counter. Okay, I'm going to get this down. Let's get the Howling Moon down. And then I'm going to pass. Ligrella does target, so we could use the safekeeping if we're really that worried about it. I kind of wonder if they have anything. I'm going to force to see if they have anything here. I don't really see why not. I mean, at this point, Circle Hack is not really something I want to attack me either. Okay, so they're willing to take the trade, I guess. We see Adeline, which I guess I don't mind. Let's draw the card here since we have the spare mana. I want to see what we can find. We find Sokinzon. So I think I'd rather run Adeline out, or run Jinnie Fay out here than Adeline, at least to start. Because if one of them's going to get removed, I don't mind it being Jinnie Fay. This is a really good hand otherwise. All right, so that we see the Wash Away, everybody's favorite 1-mana counterspell for Brawl. Kind of hoping we can get a Howling Moon trigger here. Wandering Emperor. All right, well, I think I'm just content to play into the Burn Down the House here. Get everything out of the way. Let's get this Sokinzon down. So we got this and this next turn. 1, 2. Nope, just 2 white sources, so we can't do both. Yeah, I can't do both. I could Aganjo for 5 and take a big attack. I could do this and Iganjo for... Can't do that. Yeah, this is kind of awkward, not having enough white sources. And I think we're going to run into a lot of trouble. Well, let's just Iganjo. I mean, I don't really think I have any other plays, so let's have some fun with it. They all have Vigilance. They all have Menace, so they're going to have to double block. We can get rid of the Hacker maybe if they choose to double block. Yeah, I'll just get rid of the Samurai. Just take a bunch of attacks there, get some things out of the way. Next turn, I really need another white source, 'cause with only having 2 of them, it limits me from playing both of these. And I could get, with another land, I could get Jinnie Fay and Torrens down. But, Torrens, and I think wedding announcement, I guess. I think we're going to, unfortunately, get ourselves backed up here into some problems. I kind of worry that we're one good card away from a nightmare. This broker's sense he's going to become a problem. My hope is maybe I can get Jinnie Fay down with some other things. My gut tells me to take the damage if they attack with the samurai, but they choose not to. You pump the board. We see Halo Fountain. I gotta get Airline down here, I think. And we say go. I don't really like this position very much. I feel like we're gonna get blown out. I feel like Lagrella can come down, take out Adeline, and then they have a bunch of really good attacks. Broker Sensi is just a really good card, and I'm not really sure how to play around this. All right, so we see the Liberator, which can take out the wedding announcement, which I think is their plan. Jetmir's Garden comes in tapped. We play the Jinnie Fay. I mean, I can't necessarily go swinging, and I can't necessarily swing with Adeline because it doesn't actually do me any good. I mean, the Outland Liberator can take out the wedding festivity now, so I don't even necessarily have great blocks either. I'm intrigued as to why they're waiting so long to do it. This feels really late, but we'll do it. Get it out of the way. I mean, it's a pretty late arrival for what we could have used a few turns ago. It stops the bleeding in a sense. It doesn't really fix the problem, but it stops the bleeding. We'll play the Halo Fountain. Now, they could get rid of the Halo Fountain as well. I'm not really sure what my plan is here. I'd love for this the Trap Breaker to take out the Halo Fountain as opposed to the wedding festivities, but I think either is a very bad thing for us. I have no other way to make any tokens. Yeah, okay, so we take out the Halo Fountain, which I'm not opposed by. I don't want to take this trade, and I don't really want to trade anything else, so unfortunately I think I have to wait. It feels really terrible here to wait. To just sit here and wait. I have great blocks when they attack. The problem is I can't be the first one to attack here. I think I'll just end up dead. My hope is they double spell so I get a wolf. But Sunset Revelry 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It'll at least draw me a card. And yeah, that's it. Well, we might as well get the card. Strangle. Strangle doesn't actually help me. Think about this. Oh, okay, so the hacker can't attack for as long as I control a specialist. That actually makes the attack more worth it, but I'm in a tough position here. I honestly really don't know what to do. I want to attack, but I feel like if I attack, I would just cause myself to lose the game at this point. I mean, Adeline has a terrible... Any of these creatures block Adeline for free. We see a full swing, so now I need to start being aggressive. I have a really gut feeling that this is going to come back to bite me, but... I got a block. I don't really have a choice, and I have to be okay with it as much as I don't want to be. I mean, this is a terrible block on my part, but I have to. If they have it, they have it. I mean, there's nothing I can do at this point, other than choosing their blocks, getting rid of a bunch of creatures. I mean, we're gonna, I guess, halfway even the board, but we really won't at the end of the day because I'm gonna leave them with this dragon. They left Jinnie Fay, which is kind of odd. It was a lot. The hacker can attack now, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I think unfortunately that probably spells game. Lagrella comes down. It can take out... we'll double block the hacker. At least get the hacker out of the way. I can replay Jinnie Fay, but it's a lot of mana. Yeah, I really honestly don't think I have an out here, so I'm going to scoop this one up. But, man, a lot of me says I should have attacked earlier, but that's okay. I mean, that Broker's Ascendancy stayed around for way too long, and that ended up being our downspell, but that's okay. We live and we learn, and we'll move on to the next one. More Jinnie Fay Brawl time coming up against Lagomos. This is a card I haven't seen yet in Brawl, so this is definitely going to be interesting. No white, but we do see the Fable the Mirror Breaker. Let's catch ourselves up on Lagomos. It's the one that makes the tokens, but they are in black red, which means they could have some removal. Take the free mulligan, and that's even worse. All right, well, we'll do this. We'll put Tori back. Okay. I have a feeling I should have just kept the starting hand. We had access to 2 of our colors. We had the Fable the Mirror Breaker. Now we don't have the double white for Adeline, but that's okay. We can get Jinnie Fay down on turn 3 if we're not worried about removal, but black-red just scares me, especially when Jinnie Fay is in strangle range. I think we get the wedding announcement going, then we play Jinnie Fay, so Jinnie Fay can get us the second, the better one on the second one. Being of each end step, if a player discard a card this turn, create a block. Okay. All right, we will Rockfall Veil. That should let us... Nope, I said I was going to wedding announcement. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. Hopefully they don't have a strangle or anything like that, but I expect them to. That's gonna come back to bite me. Ah, man, that stinks. Yeah, I should have played the wedding announcement. It would have given me a blocker, and then Jinnie Fay comes down the next turn, and interesting. Okay. All right, well, it paid off. We didn't get absolutely beat the tar out of there. No attacks, and I think I want the cat here. All right. So we survive another turn. Attacks start becoming a little bit worse. Each opponent discards a card. I like the stimulus package just because it can get us the white. I guess we just pitch a forest here. This seems like a dumb idea, but I'm going to do it. Okay, that's right. They don't have any mana open, so there was no way to kill the Jinnie Fay from there. Okay, we see an Igonjo. If I do this, I make 2 treasures, so I can add a line. No, I actually want the treasures. Let's play the Adeline. This is going to be our way to hopefully... Here we'll take the cat again. Hopefully this is our way to start stabilizing. That bird is in the air, which kind of stinks, but that's okay. I mean... They're not going to be able to get through with much on the ground. We have a couple big blockers. They have to attack with that zombie, right? Because they want to get it back. I'm just kind of worried that they have some sort of a strangle or some sort of cheap damage spell that they were looking to use there if I blocked. So that's the only reason I didn't block. Okay. I could get rid of Jadar with this. It feels really stupid to get rid of it with this, but I feel like I need to get rid of this Jadar, at least get one thing off the battlefield. We'll get this down. We'll get the Facebreaker down. I want to attack here. They have 1, 2, they have 4 powers worth of blockers, so they could, if they truly want to, get rid of all of their creatures to do it. They would need all of them. Do I pressure for some double blocks? I really think I need to just start pressuring for some double blocks here. I'll get the dog just to get some more power in. Because they're gonna have to start blocking, and they don't. They choose to take all of it. Okay. So we get the treasure token. and we'll keep it as a cat. And then this is gonna draw me a card and flip. Okay, so we have a pretty cool board here. We're not dead to a meat hook. Meat hook wouldn't actually clear our entire board. In fact, it would keep a lot of our boards safe. Burn down the house, unfortunately, is a thing, but it'll just end up hurting them more than it hurts us. I actually don't know that I know that card. Whenever another creature dies, stop. I just want to read it. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So basically, they're going to start getting +1/+1 counters on this knight. Okay, well, there's not much I can do about that. Oh, that might do it. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would give them vigilance and trample, which I believe is going to be enough. Because there's no way they're blocking now. Yeah, we'll get the dog. That's going to get pumped up. And that is, I think that's plenty game with that trample. They may not realize it has trample. Interesting that they're looking at the blocks here, which seems kind of interesting because these cats are 15 on their own. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. So Jetmir coming in clutch. I think I like Jetmir a lot more as kind of an ace card in this deck than I do in its own deck. But there we go. We pull out another win. Jinnie Fay Brawl time up against another Zur Eternal Schemer deck. We're learning lessons tonight, and that's the important part. It's not always about winning. Sometimes it's about learning your lessons. All right, we see no white in the opening hand with lots of white cards. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to mull this one. As much as I love these 3 cards, I don't know that I can trust getting what I want. Here we see the opposite problem, but the Scholar Greeters can get us a red. So we're going to stick into it. This does get us Scholar Greeters into Jinnie Fay, so I think I'm perfectly okay with this at the moment. Of course, unless Scholar Greeters gets killed, but that's fine. Scholar Greeters will get us the treasure when Jinnie Fay comes in, so I think I'm okay with this play line. The only other problem with that is we are on turn 3 against a deck that probably is playing a lot of those. I don't know how many prison effects are in standard, like you know, like leyline binding type effects. I don't know how many of them are in standard. So the question is going to become, what do we see here? We can still get Jinnie Fay down regardless, even if they witness protection or, you know, they take this Scholar Greeter out with no effects. All right, we see double blue, so there is the possibility that they have a counter for Jinnie Fay. And I think we have to just get it out of the way if they do. This is going to stink if they do, but this is my play. I don't really have any other choice. We're going to get that tap treasure token. And I think we want the treasure token. Because we absolutely need either this, we absolutely need this strangle, or we need this squee next turn to start getting some value. And the good part about squee is it won't have to make that goblin. We can have it make the dog or the cat, which is going to be really beneficial. And then the good part is we can leave Tamiyo safekeeping up next turn to protect Jinnie Fay when we take this attack. So let's see. So Squee coming in probably puts the counter on Scholar Greeters, and then when the token comes in, I think we'll probably make the treasure token. But let's see what they do here. My guess would be dropping down Zur, giving these guys both Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof, which is going to be a mess. They don't. Makes me wonder if we have some counter magic here. Let's see. Let's play Squee. Let's see what they have in their hand. I have this up to protect Jinnie Fay if that's their response. We don't. Let's put the counter. They can't flash Zur in, so they can't do it in, you know, in kind of a defensive thing. I've still got this to protect, so let's go. Let's get in there. Neither of them have Death Touch. Now, Hand of Enlightenment does have a first strike. I'm intrigued to see what it is holding him up here, but let's take the attack. This is going to make, I think, the dog. The dog's the better choice here. Give us a good attacker. Let's create another trap treasure token with Scholar Greeters. Get us some more mana for next turn. No, I actually think I want the treasure token. I'm interested to see where their blocks are here. Their blocks could tell us a lot about what their plan is. I actually don't even think I'm opposed to strangling like the Dockside Chef out of the way, even though they could block and do it. So it does have first strike. I think I'm willing to let Gala Greeters go for all the rest of this damage. And I think on main 2, since I have the treasure up, I'm going to try to get rid of Dockside Chef. This will force them to, if they want the draw off of this Hand of Enlightenment, it'll force them to do it now. They could also force it to sacrifice itself, which I'm also completely fine with. Either way, it now gets that from out of the way, and now I still have this Tamiyo safekeeping to protect Jinnie Fay or Squee, whichever I deem to be more worthy in the moment. Again, I'm surprised we haven't seen Zur down yet to start making these attacks. Next turn, I think we have to rabble-rousing. I think we have to get it down and get it started, try to get up to that 10 threshold, which won't be very hard once we start attacking, because next turn we're getting... we're going to swing for 3, Squee's going to make it 4, and then this would make it 7, and then we would just, you know, have to protect our board from there. Okay, so I guess the only downside to this is they counter the Rebel Rousing. But again, it's really not that much of a downside because we still have the protection for Jinnie Fay or Squee, and we're still going to get in for a ton of damage. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, again, that was what we were expecting. All right, we're going to swing in. Squee's going to make another dog token. I kind of want to... Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping for, was that I can do this. And try to get rid of this Hand of Enlightenment. Try to get us a little bit more advantage. All right, so they're dead on our turn. They're dead on our turn whether we make a dog or a cat, but I would probably go date for an Agandra Uprising just in case they play a couple blockers. But let's see what the plan is. Storefront for a land, which will give them a life. I played against 2 other Zur decks tonight, and both of them are really good. I mean, when you play those cheap enchantment creatures, they seem to be really good. All right, we only see a Zur. I'm going to use this to see if they have any other counter magic. Because as soon as the counter magic goes out of the way, we know they're dead. 3, 6, 9, and 11 from Squee. If they block Jetmir, if they block one of the dogs. Okay, so yeah, that's lethal. We're going to get the dog. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 if they block Jinnie Fay. If they block either the dogs, that's still 11. We still got lethal. And Zur does not have lifelink. There we go. We got the win in. That was a good matchup. I really enjoyed that one. Zur's definitely something I'm going to be working on pretty soon. This is a deck that seems like a ton of fun, especially in Standard Brawl with all of these Kamigawa sagas left. So I'll be working on that one soon. Brawl time, playing some Jinnie Fay up against Kadama of the West Tree. Should be an interesting game. Of course, Kadama likes to play that modified game plan. So I'm interested to see how we do here. I don't like the only 2 lands, so we're going to have to scoop or mulligan this one. Here, I don't really know that I like this any better. We're still a mana off playing Jinnie Fay. So I think I got to get aggressive, and we mulligan to an even worse hand. Well, I guess we're going to keep 6. We'll get rid of the Howling Moon, and let's just hope we hit a green source. That sounds terrible. This game is probably going to end up getting binned for it, but that's okay. I have just a small amount of faith in this deck to give me green. I've already played a game or 2 tonight where I was hoping for a green mana and got absolutely wrecked in the process. All right, we get the Jetmir's Garden there. So we're a step in the right direction. This means next turn we can hit the Gala Greeters. We could also play the Mountain and play Jinnie Fay, but I don't know if that does us any better. I guess it could, because we could technically play the stimulus package and get a couple dogs to help block. But I think this turn for this Kadama deck is going to give us a ton of insight into what this game is going to go, what it's going to go like. Another counter on Iron Apprentice. Okay, we see a Jugan. All right, so we can block this Iron Apprentice. It would move the counters around. We could still do it. I think I like the stimulus package. It's either that or Gala Greeters and Join the Dance. I think, nope, it is not. It's just, it's Gala Greeters and Citizens Crowbar because I didn't have an extra green. Let's get the dog. And let's get the +1/+1 counter. All right, I'm going to try to gum up the board here, see if it helps with slowing Kodama down. I think once we can get Jetmir, we'll be in good shape. Teachings of Kieran. All right, when this Jugan flips, it's going to be slightly a problem. We have a great block on Kodama. I guess the other question is, do we literally just let them hit and take the lands and get up on our turn? I think we do. I can get rid of the Roaring Earth now, but it doesn't really do me any good. Okay, we see Tori. This just gets me that. This could get me 2 dogs, which I kind of like the idea of. We'll put a counter on it, and we'll gain the 2 life. I kind of think we need to get rid of the Roaring Earth. It feels kind of late for this, but we got to get rid of it. We got to get rid of it out of the way. All right, now we live to block. We live to block another day. We can block the Iron Apprentice pretty easily. We can block Kodama pretty easily. We can block the Goshintai pretty easily. I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to just give up some creatures here. They have no cards in hand. They can pump with Hound Tamer, though. But again, we still have blocks. They're going to trample through, but we can get rid of a lot of their big creatures. Oh, no. I forgot about the modified clause on... All right, we're going to double block Kodama. And we're going to double block Goshintai, I guess. I think, well, let's think about this. Does it actually help us? 4, 8, 12, 16. If we Jetmir next turn, they only have 3 blockers. And that would be 6 creatures. So that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 with trample. Well, actually, no, we could make the token, get another, that would be 28, 27. No, that would be 28. I think that's the only end game we have. If this Jetmir play does not work out, we are dead. There is absolutely nothing we can do. I have to hope that I can get that cat with haste and swing in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29. They can block here. Maybe I can cheekily... They tap! They tapped. I think that's it. They only have 2 blockers, and I think Jetmir does it for us here. It comes in. We make the cat. We're going to make the tap. Oh, no, it comes in tapped. No. But it's okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No. No, I planned it wrong. Man, that's a giant bummer, because we're now very dead on the backswing. They have vigilance, though, so that saves us. That saves us from a lot of things, I guess, but oh man, what a bummer. I forgot the treasure token comes in tapped. Oh, that's aggravating because now Jugan has us dead in the air. Man, what a giant bummer. It sucks to end the video on that, but that's okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.